The body that represents farmers, Agri SA, says it needs government to intervene with the governments of Botswana and Namibia as they've blocked the export of some of our vegetables to those countries. Botswana and Namibia have both said that they will not import potatoes, beetroot, cabbages and coloured peppers and tomatoes from our country. Christo van der Rheede is Executive Director of Agri SA. Christo, good afternoon to you. Has any reason been given why these two countries have banned our products?
I think that the reason that they've advanced is that they want to build their own sectors. And for that, we've got great appreciation, and I think it's important that they need to do so because South Africa is also assisting our own farmers to be developed in other products and so forth. But what is important is to know that South Africa, together with Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, we have formed the SACU region, in other words, the Southern Africa Customs Union. And we've got a set of rules that guide our interaction with each other. It's important that there's free trade, for example, and that we work together to empower our agriculture sector so that we can compete with the best in the world out there and become a powerful export region. But if people now decide to unilaterally just walk away from these agreements, then the vision that we have for the SACU region will never materialize.
Under the SACU regulations, I presume they're not allowed to do this. They're breaking the rules, basically.
Indeed, and this is not the first time. It has been happening all the time. Now remember, we've had a serious problem when the European Union also unilaterally imposed very stringent regulations on the citrus export market and almost brought our entire citrus exports to the European Union to a halt. Now, there's also an agreement between the European Union and the SADC region. We have recently announced, or governments have announced recently, the launch of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Now, my question is, if we have all of these agreements in place, why do we then, and we've agreed to uphold those frameworks and agreements, why do these things happen? It seems to me there's no political will or there's a lack of understanding, but all of these things have a particular implication if we willy-nilly decide, but today I'm not going to be bothered with those rules, I'm just going to make my own.
Our Agriculture Department, our Minister, I imagine the Department of Trade and Industry, possibly 3 or 4 ministers would have to be involved in this. Are they listening to your calls? Are they going to intervene? Are they going to pick up the phone and phone Gaborone?
We've received an invitation to meet to, I think, it's either next week. It's the African Trade Desk. We'll meet to perhaps seek ways and means how to overcome this issue. We have written twice now to our Minister of Agriculture as well as our Minister of Trade and Industry. Now, I know that they've been quite busy to help us to lift the ban on our wool exports, and we're very thankful for that. And hopefully they will be able to persuade our Namibian and Botswana counterparts to come to the table. Let us, talk about this, and let's see how do we strengthen each other's hands as opposed to just disregarding the rules that we've agreed to some time ago.
So I realize that for any farmer to grow products, so to grow cabbages with the expectation of being able to sell them in a particular market and then suddenly for that market to be closed is disruptive. But how big are these markets? How much money is our sector, how much money are our farmers actually losing here?
I think we export in the region of 250 million to Botswana and about 300 million rands worth of agricultural fresh produce to Namibia. But remember, in return, our borders remain open. We import again a lot of meat from both Botswana and Namibia, from Namibia fish in particular, and also other fresh produce from countries such as Botswana. I know some of our big retailers import a lot of watermelon, again, from them. So yes, I fully understand South African farmers do have a massive commercial advantage over your smaller scale farmers in both Lesotho and Swaziland, Swaziland, in Namibia and Botswana. But that's why we've framed the SACU agreement, so that we build the capacity of those countries and unite in terms of trying to capture a bigger part of the export market, especially your international export markets.
Christo van der Rheede, thank you so much, Executive Director at Agri SA.